So we're going to review De La Riva like last time. Last time we talked about this De La Riva grip. Some people call it mantis guard. Some people just call it De La Riva. Okay, I've always been taught as De La Riva. But this works good for no-gi. Some other grips you can grab like this. Okay, you can also cup the back of the heel. And then you can also hug the grip and kind of, you kind of cup your hamstring. So it's very tight. This is very, very hard grip to break. This other hand, right? So my opponent's going to be getting ready to pass. Exactly. So my other hand can grab the sleeve. So I have a sleeve grip, heel grip. This foot is always going to be ready to off balance my opponent. So as I off balance him, I could come up and grab the collar, and then now I can start taking him to my side. I drop to my right shoulder. This leg now can make its way all the way to the hip, and now look, I'm just gonna lift the leg since it's light and bring it here. I could finish the sweep or an ankle lock from here, or I could feed this to my shoulder this way. My right leg is gonna go and hook behind his knee, so that way he's not able to backstep. And I like to grab material here around the knee to keep it straight. If he puts pressure, he can start passing and make it uncomfortable for me. It'll still be hard because my hips are underneath his hips. My right foot is behind his knee. So it's very hard for him to pass, excuse me, to pass from this angle. If I go here, I might have a better pushing power. However, he can backstep and pass the guard. Push this down and backstep. Exactly. And now he's passing. So it's very important that I follow these steps. Okay, this is like a modified X guard. What's different is my left foot is right here on his hip. If I go to the traditional X guard, that was very famous like 20 years ago, like Marcelo Garcia would do this a lot. I still can sweep him, but I don't have that power because it's not on his hip. It's going forward, right? Here, my foot is right on his hip.
You're actually underneath the center of my gravity, whereas over here you're not.
That's right. So here, even though like if you have longer legs, you could probably do this one, but here anybody could do it. Long legs, short legs, chubby, skinny, doesn't matter because of where my foot is and where my hip is, right? I have really good power here. And the other thing is my hook behind is preventing him from passing. And then other little details, if you stay like this, you can actually injure your LCL. I injured my LCL like this because if he does backstep, he won't clear it. Let me come back real quick. He won't clear it because as I extend, go ahead, but he can bend my knee the wrong way. So very important, come back real fast, is I turn my knee out. So now if he tries to clear it, my leg will come back like a hamstring curl instead of a very lateral pivot off the knee, which is not very good. You can hurt yourself. So kind of flare the knee out. It doesn't feel safe or strong, but it's actually very good. If I stay here, it's dangerous, okay? So just stay here, okay? This other hand, preferred grip is here, okay? If I can't reach, then the sleeve is fine. But the reason I like this is because as I try to sweep him, this actually breaks his posture. A person who can posture up has a lot more balance. A person who is low, it's very hard for them to balance, especially with this position. Right? And sometimes the opposite is true. Sometimes a person has better balance when they're low, but for this, it's the opposite. Definitely a taller person, a postured person is going to be able to pass. All right, so now we go to the sweep. Now I'm underneath this position. A lot of mistakes people make is they push forward, which works, but I'm using like leg pressing strength here. And actually, it's not even leg pressing strength. It's like just standing strength. I'm just trying to stand. What I want to do is actually point up. Because I'm not going to sweep him, but look at how easy it is to kick up. So this is actually more like a leg press, okay? So as I sweep him, there's going to be like two variations. One is if I'm not able to hold the grip, which I'll cover secondly, but ideally I like to hold on to the grip, kick up, and then push forward. So check this out. I kick up and then push forward. Do you see? So it's like almost like a tomenage, but I'm going that way. Okay. The other thing, a lot of times Your opponent will not fall right away. So instead he's gonna stay on this leg. So as I kick up and come here, exactly, he stays there. I'm gonna use this transition to pop up to my feet and turn my legs. Okay, but it's gotta be quick because if I go slow, I'm gonna have trouble coming up. So as I kick and come up, look how I put my feet where it's at, I circle them, and now I pull to circle and to sweep this way. Okay, immediately land in this position. Don't let them get the foot here. Stay super tight and be ready to pass. Does that make sense? So do the whole thing again. Sometimes, we'll do de la Riva. Sometimes what I like to do is I'll extend the leg, right? I'll come up, maybe work my bolo right a little bit. As he centers back into me, I re-grip, and then I use that motion to start going to this side. I rock back and forth. Does that make sense? Put my foot on the hip, and I circle. Feed this to my shoulder, block the back step, and now we're here, okay? Now that we're here, I'm gonna make sure that I kick and extend. As I kick and extend, I pop up, boom. See how his body flies? Do it one more time. Make sure that when you kick up, don't go to your side. Do like a sit-up. If I go to my side, he can actually pass his leg over and start passing, and I'm in a worse position. So yes, we want a technical stand-up, but that's only if I don't have this grip, which I'll cover right now. So think of it more as a sit-up. I'm gonna extend my legs, kick up and then forward, kick up and then forward. And look, now I can technical stand up. This would be the second version. If I'm not able to come up with the grip, now I can go to my side. He can't kick the leg over because my head is tall. And now I can come up, pick the leg up, re-grip, and then circle to finish the passing. Does that make sense? So you have two variations. If you're new at this and it's your first time, do the second one. If you guys have been drilling this a while, do the first one. So we have de la Riva. He's trying to pass. I grip the sleeve, maybe come up, maybe go bolo. Whatever I do, I start engaging the technique here. Foot on the hip, circle my knee to the outside, and make sure I block his back step. Now I feel pretty good here, keeping his posture broken. I extend the legs, and look, pop up. See my legs? They went from here to here. So now I'm gonna use this lapel to come up. Best case scenario, he falls right away. Worst case, he stays up. Look, I pull myself up. Then I circle, and then I go to knee cut. So I'm being technical. I'm not trying to force a position with strength, explosion. If you follow the steps, you're not going to be out of breath. You're going to focus on, covering your angle so he's not able to backstep, and making sure that, one, he doesn't pass. Two, you come up at the right time. That's the other thing too, is if he, we'll go straight to X guard. If he stays in this position, this isn't the only sweep. This is kind of the more basic sweep, but I could sweep him here, there, double pant, right, this way. This is really when they're starting to kind of hold their base a little bit, then I have to start initiating the sweep here. Some of you will be tempted with this because it does feel better, but don't, because he's gonna pass. Stay hooked behind, okay? And there's a lot of ways to go to this, just like we showed last time. This is more the basic way, grabbing the heel, okay? Maybe going back to the bolo, and really focusing on this collar. Again, if I have trouble with the collar, it's fine. All I do is I still do the same thing. I come up, and then look, right as I sit up, I'm gonna transition to technical stand-up. I come up, and now I can go technical stand-up. What I don't want you to do is go technical stand-up from the beginning, because that's giving him the angle to pass. Do y'all see it? So make sure that I stay firm sit up here. Now I can go. My head's tall here. Now I can come up and then re-grip, circle, and start working the knee cut position. Does that make sense? So focus on getting a connection, getting your grips. Focus on, after that, off balancing your opponent. Then focus on action reaction. Whatever he does, you respond. Take him to the angle, circle your leg, get into the X guard position, have your grip secure, wait for him a little bit, extend the leg up, not forward, come up either with the grip or without, and then finish the sweep. If you follow these steps, you will have a very, very hard guard to pass. And having a hard guard to pass, you use less cardio, less strength, you have more confidence, and now you can enjoy that roll for 6 minutes, 8 minutes, 10 minutes. Whereas for those 6 minutes, you're focusing on strength, you're not as technical. You know, a lot of people try to refocus on their cardio when they come to jiu-jitsu. Don't focus on your cardio when you come to jiu-jitsu. Don't try to do more rounds. No, the answer is technique. You have to focus on the technique. And the only way you're gonna get better is by doing the technique, drilling it consciously, right? And then allow it to be your subconscious. And then pick someone that you can work with to drill. Everybody wants to roll. Rolling is the fun part, of course, but you'll come back to it to roll, all right? And this will get you better, the timing, the concepts, right? The technique. And then once you're able to understand these, you'll start to see it just flow. And as they say in Japanese, finding the right time to off balance, kozushi, is making sure that you don't sweep them, they sweep themselves. You're just at the right place at the right time. So the same concept here, even from the guard, okay? Are there any questions? Everyone's good? All right, let's do it, guys. Hands up, 1, 2, 3.